What's going on this Monday? Tune in and find out. Morning, YouTube. It is barely morning. It's 11:57 in the morning. I'm here with you on this Monday, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, as it were. I had to get up and go to the doctor this morning. Just the kind of a normal checkup. It's not normal in the sense that I've been going every 4 months instead of every 6 months like I had been going. Because of a problem with my A1C, as I discussed that before, and it's still not down because at a point about a month and a half ago, my insurance provider decided to change the amount of compensation for that drug I was taking, Januvia, and it shot up from around $5 to over $100, so I quit taking it. And I told him that today, and so he has prescribed another drug. Now this one is supposed to be a generic, so we'll see. I haven't filled it yet. I haven't got the notice yet from the pharmacist that it's ready to pick up. But anyway, this instead of a once a day, it's a twice a day. And he did say that my blood sugar was up again, so you know, I'll take it. I told him, he said if it was all right. I said, well, that's fine. I said, as long as it's cheap. I said, you know, I'll take it 5 times a day. I don't care, you know, if it's cheap. But anyway, that's what happened to the doctor. Everything else was fine. I felt pretty good this morning. And so that was that. Let's see. Now, a couple things I want to do here. One of the things is I want to discuss something I got mail, actually through UPS, yesterday from Newark, Element 14. There's 2 transistors in here. These are NTE 102A transistors. Anybody that watches and follows Don over at Restoral Radios, he's been doing some work on AM transmitters, and he used basically these same transmitters, and he also used some parts from Mike's Antique Electronic Parts, or no, Mike's Electronica Parts, that's what it is. And I'll show you those I bought as well. That's a I'm not sure. Oh, that's just the knob for the capacitor. Here's the capacitor right there, and here's the little antenna coil that also loop stick, whatever you want to call it. And those are the 3 that are things that he suggested for this little project, so I'm going to try those. I want to get on that here pretty quickly because I'd like to try it out against the tube type that I made. And also I checked against the, I think I made a comment about Gary's radio that I didn't order the capacitors for the power supply, but I did. And those will be put in also. So that's coming up. That's probably the next thing I'll work on. I do have one little thing to do to my Buick. I have I remember when I changed the battery over to the side terminals, all I did was screw in the little side post for the top post type connectors, and I got the connectors now for the side post that will go on the ends of the cable, and I have to basically cut the end of the cables, those top post connectors off, and redo the wire so it will accept these connectors and get that done. That's just one of the things I want to do on the Buick. I don't know, I'll probably put that on video, but I don't know when I want to get it done, so I may try to talk Kylie into doing it. Next, this radio that I just fixed, the Ross, somebody, I had made a comment about the goo on here, and I had 2 suggestions other than Goo Gone. That was my suggestion. One was for WD-40. I think Bunny suggested that. We're going to try that. And the other one was for lighter fluid, Ronsinol. And and I forget now who did that. I'm sorry. I forget about a lot of stuff. But anyway, that's the two suggestions. I'm going to try both. I'm going to try the WD-40 first because I think it's probably less aggressive than the lighter fluid would be. And I don't think the lighter fluid's all that aggressive, but it's going to have a little bit more to it than WD-40, I would think. So going to do that, and let's get to it. And I think that's all I had other than that. So like I say, I want to go ahead and get to it and see which of these two products, if either one, will take this off. Let me set the other camera up and we'll be right back. Alright, I do have the WD-40 sprayed on here. It came out a little faster than I thought it would. Of course, you know how that always works. I'm going to use a little Q-tip, I do believe. If I can get one out of here without destroying anything. And I'm just going to take and kind of mix it around a little bit like that. Now, I can tell you right now, it's not doing much of anything. So far. You can see I got plenty on there. And I just want to kind of do that to it and see what it does. Let it make sure it's mixed in pretty good. And I'll let it sit there, and I'm going to do a little dousing of the other one over here on this other side with the lighter fluid. Try not to get too much. Let me turn around this way. Let's do it this way. Whoop. Yeah, see, this is the problem with stuff like this. Alright, gonna do that, and I'll use the other end of the thing to do a little mixing in, or whatever you want to call it. I'm not thinking that's doing much of anything either, to tell you the truth. Not a lot. Now, maybe a little bit more than the WD-40. I'm not really sure. I'm going to let them sit there and just see what they do. And I'll bring you back when I have more to report. Alright, there you can see I got a fairly good close-up of the area. This is the WD-40. Now, the Ronsinol I tried, it didn't do anything. I don't know if it's just too old and caked on or what, but I even tried with a screwdriver to, well, I've done both of them with a screwdriver a little bit to see if it will scrape off a little bit. So just taking, you know, nothing really abrasive, just a very light touch. Does take it a little off with the WD-40. I won't say it goes crazy with it, but I thought maybe I would try to scrape a little bit off like that and then let it sit a little while and, you know, kind of go back and forth. But this has obviously been on here for a long time, and like I said, I don't have any Goo Gone to try against either one of these things, but I want to get some. Figure out where I can get it. But like I said, of the two I just tried, the WD-40 does work a little bit better. You can see there's a spot right there. It's pretty much taking it off, but some of that was because of the screwdriver, and I don't know. Again, I'm not pressing very hard. I'm just sort of making a little, you can hear it, what I'm doing with it. But like I said, it just doesn't take much to do that with it, and on anything. It's just, you know. So like I said, I'm just trying to get it in there and maybe hopefully let it penetrate a little bit better or something. But I'll let it sit a little while longer and see what happens. Come back in a minute. Alright, there we are again after, it's now 12:15. So that gives you an idea how long this has been on there. It did take a little off, but if it's going to take that long, I think I'll go get me some Goo Gone. Like I said, the Ronsinol didn't really do anything. It just, you know, I don't know. So anyway, it does work to a certain extent. I'd say it probably works better on fresh adhesive residue than it does on stuff like this that's been on here for years and years and years. So that's what I've got. So I'm going to try to find some Goo Gone, and I'll maybe try some Goo Gone with it. And if I find some of that, I'll bring you back to show you that. This is just peeling off here, I think. I hope. Seems to be anyway. Well, that came off, didn't it? So anyway, that's going to do that. And now I got to go get Kylie here after school, take her to work, and then my day will be done as far as that's concerned. Let me get on this other camera. Like I said, that'll be my day as far as that's concerned. Like I say, it takes me, I'll probably get back a little after 4. It'll be about supper time then. I do really want to get these transistors on this board. Try it out. Been anxious to do that for a while now. Now, one thing I'm a little bit flaky on is these diodes here. Now, this one here, if you look at it, it's got a holder on it. It's holding it on this transistor here, and I'm not really sure what the deal is with that. If those are heat sensing diodes or what. I've looked at the schematic, but it's not real clear on there. But I'm not really sure how I'm going to get that one attached the same way. I don't think I have. I can't tell, but I think those are slightly different size. So we'll see how it turns out. But I'd like to get those on there to try it out with, just to have them on and make sure they're connected or whatever. So like I said, the only thing I really have to do is switch the collector and the emitter or base. I think, yeah, the base and the collector around on the wiring, and that's about all I have to do other than that. So that'll have to be done. Like I said, once I get this board, those wires attached, then I can go ahead and plug this into the back into the Fisher and see if both channels work, and that gives me a good indication right there that everything's going to be good. So that's what we're going to do. So maybe I get that done this evening. I don't know. I get sometimes I get a wild hair to do this or that, and I do this or that, and some other times I don't. So that's just the way my days have been going. You guys have a pleasant day. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see ya.